Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. There are a lot of amazing OGs that I have the utmost respect for in this community. And one of them is Brian Grant, who years ago, we're talking like 5+ years ago, considered it a Brian Grant hoarding challenge to save up 1,000,000 premium disappointment crystal shards and open essentially 500 premiums. Now, that may not sound exciting, but if you wait to do it, or really if you wait to open any of your premiums during a class advancement 7-hour solo event, the points that you'll get as sort of like cash back are insane. So I am going to showcase this because I've saved actually well over 1,000,000 shards the last several months, but we're going to, I don't know why I haven't opened those real. We're going to just open the 1,000,000 because that's the Brian Grant challenge. Shout out again the OG Brian Grant. Thank God for fast popping. All we're going to do is count how many 4 stars we get. In theory, we should get about 10. And if this was live, I would ask my subscribers in a poll, how many do you think we'll get? But if you roll your eyes and you think, I don't care about these crystals anymore, what you should care about is the gold and ISO that comes from them. And also, especially in 7-hour events like this, you should care about the points you get. I mean, I'm probably going to finish top 10. Heck, I've only finished number 1 in an event once. But Level Up is not going on right now for Paragon players. It is the event known as Arena Wins. So sometimes when there's Mystic Advancement, you have people who take up all their Mystic champs and suddenly that gets more points. But who knows? Maybe I'll be number 1 in this. All right, here we go. 500 or 1,000,000 shards. All right, how many 4 stars? Don't care about anything besides the 4 stars, and every 4 star should be max sig. So if for some reason we forget how many that we opened, and there's a 4-star Nexus. That's the fastest I've ever got a 4-star Nexus. We can just look at the max sig crystals and add them to the Nexus crystals. Obviously, right now we are 1 for 2. But I find usually it's about 1% drop rate. It's about 1 out of 10. I predict 8 4 stars if you're playing along at home. And thank you for actually just relaxing and watching this video. That's the second 4-star Nexus. We have no 4-star champs. But we have 2 4-star Nexus. That's hilarious. That's also never happened before. All right, so if our goal is 2 4 stars per 100, we've already reached that goal. And Mama Bear likes to say it's always better in the back half. Well, we've reached the back half of this first 100. And is that 2 4 stars in 2 crystals? That is how many 4 stars I was hoping for in the first 200 through 60, now 70 crystals. That's crazy. I know that's not going to make, like, the average Paragon summoner excited, but I also think in this game you get so much trash, so much disappointment. Anytime the RNG is actually in your favor, you gotta celebrate it, even if it's just 4 stars and crystals that mainly give you 2 stars. And I find that if you don't do that in life, life's just not as interesting, it's not as entertaining, it's not as worth living. And I don't know about you, but that's not the life that I want to live. All right, last 10 in the first batch. Any more 4 stars? Yes, Yondu with a Yon Max dupe. That is 5 4 stars. I only thought I'd get 8. And we are already at half that. Actually, more than that, right? We're at 5. Yeah. We only need 3 more in the next 4. If we don't get to 8, that would be all-time bad. Do not expect those drop rates to continue. Pretty much impossible. I wouldn't be surprised if we went several hundred crystals without getting another 4-star Nexus either. That's normally the case. And shout out to Brian Grant. Literally, ever since he made that video, and like I said, it's been years and years and years, where he opened 1,000,000 shards, I thought, Brian is so great at hoarding, and that's just a fun thing to do. This is one of the first times I've never done it live, but I wanted to take advantage of the 7-hour event, which expires before I go live tonight, so not really worth it. And there is a 4-star Groot. That is 4-star number 6. Now just 2 away from my prediction of 8. I will be happy to be wrong about that if it means it's much higher, or even just 1 higher. 9 is 9. And there is another 4-star. What is going on? I promise I didn't rig these. And keep in mind, every time I open a batch of 10, I am getting a good amount of points in the 7-hour event. And there is that number 8? We're 170 crystals in, and we reached what I thought would be the total in 500 crystals. We've got 330 crystals left, and if we just get one more 4-star, we're above, realistically, my goal. And then if we get 2 more, we've reached the 2% RNG that I usually hope for but rarely get. And there is 4-star Gore. We are at 9 4-stars between the Nexus and the Champs, and we're not even 200 crystals in now. And there is OG. What is going on? Seriously, I've never had better luck than this. Now, my prediction is that the back half, because it's pretty much impossible, will not be better than the front half of these 500. But I'm enjoying this as much as I have open and featured Paragon crystals, which ironically give me about the same amount of 4-stars, but for actual units. All right. And I am going as fast as I can on this video. We're on pace for 20 4-stars, but I just don't think that's realistic. Again, if I finished with 10 for the entire opening, I would have been content. And we still have so many to open. But you'll also notice we have not opened a single 4-star Nexus since the second one was opened in the first 50. So that's how rare that was. And you'll also notice just how crazy the ISO is for these. And so even if you roll your eyes at the results of these and think, well, that's no big deal, the ISO in the gold is a big deal. Now that is the 2-star generic roll of toilet paper. Burns your bottom. And we are officially halfway through this opening. And the back half is starting to look about what I expected the front half to look. No 4-stars, mostly 2-stars. I love that the Max Sig crystals, because everybody I have is essentially Max Sig, give us a really accurate idea of the drop rates of the 3-stars compared to 2-stars. And 3-stars have also been pretty good. I mean, everything about this opening has been great so far. Not only 0 complaints, just very thankful. More 3-stars, but we are hitting our first lull in 4-star drop rates. I don't think we've got a 4-star in about 100, and that is normal. I have opened well over 100 of these before without a 4-star. And that is, in a weird way, nice to see, because you don't want to put an opening on YouTube that's not accurate of what you can expect. 200 more, YouTube. We are just flying through these. I'm really excited at the end to see how many points we get. And we do need to open those 4-star Nexus, because I think they're worth points as well. All right, we are in a drought. I don't think we've had a single 4-star in the back half, which is, again, to be expected to a certain degree. But there is a third 4-star Nexus. That is 11. By far the most I've ever opened. I think I did this once and didn't get a single 4-star Nexus in 500 crystals. So I just never expect it. But really what's going to be exciting is to see how many points I get in this event. I know that might seem trivial to some, but every crystal you have in your collection has a purpose. And many of them can get you bonus points in events. And look, a free tier 4 class catalyst and some free 5-star 6 stones. To me, that's absolutely worth a bonus. All right, 150 left. Haven't seen a 4-star champ in what feels like years. Just a 4-star Nexus, which you don't even see in the reel. It just randomly appears when you pop 10 at least. So the second half has been all-time terrible. 1 4-star and like 200 crystals. But the front half was so good that it's fine. But keep in mind, we've got 11 4 stars right now, we would be on pace for like 2 out of 500 if this was likely what the front half. And there's our 4th 4-star Nexus. It is raining those. And there's our 5th 4-star Nexus and a 4-star champ for the first time. That means we're at 14. 100 left. The funny thing is, this is going to be the longest video that I've posted maybe this year. And it's the most random. And it's all dedicated to Brian Grant. He may not even care that that was a challenge that he once put out on his channel, but I have remembered it, and I have wanted to duplicate it. And I do it about twice a year. These videos are never supposed to get a bunch of views. They're just data. And if you watch my channel, you probably are sick of hearing me say the word data, but that's what I care about. And these 4-star Nexus continue to be great data. There is our 10th 4-star champion. So we got better than my minimum goal of 8 without the 4-star Nexus included. And this last 100 has been fantastic as we get into the last 50. Man. What a great video. Look at all those 3 stars. Wow. I still think it is important to have something to get excited about in this game. I think it is so important to just in life not take things for granted. Because if you're only getting excited for 7 stars, for example, there's just not a lot about the game that's going to get you to be happy. And that is just not a life worth living. There's our 6th 4-star Nexus. We got one more in the final 50. That is 16 4 stars. That is a record. If this was live, I would have said, I don't know, 10 plus. And whoever said 10 plus would obviously have been right. All right, last batch of 10 before we open the 6-star Nexus. Or excuse me, 4-star Nexus. I'm so used to saying 6-star Nexus, and it's obviously 4-star Nexus. All right, last 10. Do we have a 4-star? No. All right, so 388 2 stars, 96 3 stars, 16 4 stars. Just crazy. And look at all those offers that pop up. And then we've got the 4-star Nexus to just breeze through. I think one of my next champs is going to be skill. So if I see any skill on a rank up, I'm going to choose it. Not that I need ISO because I just opened a ton of ISO. No skill champions at all in these, though. It's like Kabam knows that I am taking up a skill champion and they're refusing to give me. How weird is it that not a single skill champion has appeared and will appear in 6 different Nexus crystals? That is remarkably strange. Look at all those 5-star shards. All right, so to end it, 175,000 Mystic Advancement points. I really wonder how much that rank's going to impact. I guess I'll let you know in about 5 hours. Until then, thanks for watching. This was way too long of a video, but I'm thankful I recorded it. Amazing data. Have a good one.